Welcome to Idhar Udhar Ki Baatein.
A podcast that has something, nothing, and everything in between.
These are unfiltered and unscripted conversations between
Sam,
Rayan,
Rich.
who just want to talk.
but I don't know what to talk about.
Exactly.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Oh God, Rach, can you please not chew right in my ear?
Sorry? Why? Does that annoy you?
Annoy me is an Can you not? Annoy me is an understatement for what it does. Like it.
What does it do?
It irks me from within. Okay, it's. Have you ever had like a creepy crawly insect crawling on your body?
Anything other than cockroaches is fine.
Yeah, imagine cockroaches suddenly flying at your face, or them just crawling up your body. It's as creepy, or it's a pet peeve. So I have one of the pet peeves is people chewing loudly, and I know this is also one of Rach's pet peeves. So what are yours, Ryan?
I don't really have pet peeves.
And I call bullshit on that.
I know, right? Almost everybody has pet peeves.
You want to act like, oh my God, and I don't have a problem with anything. I want people working more. I hope
Oh, maybe his pet peeve is people leaving early from work.
early from work, exactly. I hope for this podcast that the previous one has already been released, so you will understand where we're coming from. If not, listen to the other podcast which talks about workers.
So, I don't mind people leaving early. It's not, see, okay.
Pet
is
peeves.
It yeah.
Pet peeves.
So I have one of my pet peeves is, other than this chewing thing, is when I'm washing my hand and someone just puts their hand in between and just quickly washes theirs and goes. So their kachara of their hand is now on my hand.
God, you guys are not dudes.
What?
Go, you should go to the Mumbai Metro's apna washroom.
Oh, she has.
I
She has been to every washroom that has existed in any place that we've been on.
Okay.
The washrooms are there specifically for her.
Why do you say this?
We will get to those
We
stories.
will get there. But
Okay.
yeah,
Have you been to the guy's washroom?
Actually, I was coming back from Mahabaleshwar, and because the women's washroom was so filled that a couple of us ladies checked if there was anyone in the men's, and we just went in the men's.
Hilarious.
Obviously, granted, there were no men there.
Yeah. If you're a dude, you would have three guys trying to wash their hands at the same time in the same wash basin.
Yuck.
But
This is why I feel like generally the society is more civilized because of women.
Excuse me.
I've
I've heard more local violence happening in female
I
bodies
agree.
than in general.
I 100% agree.
that-
More drama, more women.
but then people need more women coaches.
Yeah.
I travel by train on a daily basis, and oh my God, are those bogies filled? They are filled. I have once seen a whole ladies' train going, and the next train, which is a normal train, is still filled with ladies. I'm like, where are all these ladies coming from?
Given-
I still want to know the pet peeves.
Ryan, do you have
I
any?
don't. Okay, maybe a filthy toilet, but I
There
think
you
that's very common. That's not a pet peeve. That's a
It could be.
hygienic issue.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't think there'll be a single person who doesn't have. Okay, there might be pet peeve. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. I think another one of my pet peeves is, okay, this might be something very specific. So if you washed your hands, okay, and there is soap in your hands, there's food on your hands, whatever, and you open the tap and you wash your hands and you close the tap and you haven't washed the tap. So the next person who comes in, that it's either soapy or it's either dirty. And to tell you that I get so irked with that because I have seen taps which are filled with food. And I look at that and it crawls up my skin. Like I have many small pet peeves with like cleanliness. I am a little bit of a clean freak. I am the Monica in the family. Monica from Friends. I love cleaning. I love organizing. I just love everything when it comes to organization. I have come to Rach's place from Borivali specifically to organize her closet.
Please. I'm home next Sunday. You think you can come over? My clothes cupboard is
You
like
have
a
to
mess.
hear this story. This woman has traveled from Borivali to Thane. Okay, her brother used to stay in Thane. Okay, us cousins have gone to meet up, and we met. The brother staying in Thane. I think near Suraj Water Park or something.
Yeah.
Is where he was staying. Okay, this woman, we sat for 2 minutes. She's rolled up her sleeves. She's gone mopping, swabbing the whole house. And her brother's literally like, that's why I invited her. She's like one of those typical moms, who's like, if it's not in its place, I will not have satisfaction in my soul. She's literally like that. I think one of my pet peeves is when I'm relaxing at home, watching my phone, watching my, videos, doing whatever. And someone will come and try talking to me at that very point. And my sister loves doing this. She loves doing it. She does it unintentionally. But I am watching something. She'll talk. I'll pause. I'll respond. I'll wait for 2 seconds in case she wants to say something more. She doesn't. I start the video and then she says something. And I'm just like, God, can you please just tell me everything in one go?
But I don't think that can count as a pet peeve. That's just annoyance. Like
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's not just with her. It's with anyone
moms,
in
I think.
general. If anyone is annoying or just
Exactly,
interrupting
it's
me with
annoying.
my me time of me and my phone and my videos, I'm just like, no.
I mean, talk about traumatizing experiences. Like,
traumatizing experiences, do not even get me started. The breakups that have gone through sometimes are just wild. Just wild.
I think breakup stories are just a whole different ball game. Like they can either be traumatic or you just don't even know you're broken up.
I know, right? I mean, that happened to me once and Sam was a part of it and I was just like,
When? Which one?
what?
but then if that
I got broken up over a text. Just like goodbye. And I was like, what?
Okay, I've had only one breakup so far and that was pretty civil.
okay, first of all,
Lucky
if you
you.
didn't feel it was a breakup, it probably wasn't a relationship.
No, it was a breakup. I felt it after 1 month.
No, I'm not about you. I'm about Rachel's breakup.
Oh, okay.
Breakup. Yeah, when she said she doesn't feel like a breakup, it probably wasn't a relationship, I would say.
It was. We dated for like a good 6 months. And we were
I
like
thought it was
really
6 years.
6 months.
Six-
But at that point, I was like, I was really into him. He was really into me. And we honestly were like, oh, this is good. We can see a future and everything. And then something happened between our families, kind of. And so Sam, me, and another cousin of us, we were very good friends with him. And he just up and went be like, goodbye. And I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Yeah.
I sometimes still date, think over it, and I'm just like, हुआ क्या था मेरे साथ? I was
just
like,
walked
And
away.
it was very weird because we four were texting. Rach tells us this has happened, and he immediately just tells us I'm sorry, this and that, and he blocks us.
yeah.
And I was someone who was emotionally distant. Okay, I've learned over time to build on emotions and actually connect with people. Okay, thanks Nikhil.
Sure.
For you all who can't see it, Rach is giving Sam
after
a
this,
dead glare.
we should probably have a discussion about how this podcast should just be you and me going forward, and the rest everything can probably be outsourced to.
Because Sam's not civil, right?
Yes. Also, might I remind Sam that she's had 2 breakups. Both of them were long distance.
Oh lord.
Sam has just erased one breakup conveniently.
So for our listeners, we have our dogs in our room and Kurama because
Ryan
Ryan
just howled.
yeah, Kurama just gave him a death glare.
So Ryan, have you ever had a bad breakup?
Oh god. Sheesh.
Yes, we have an interesting story coming.
No, not that interesting. Just that I'm a horrible guy for doing it. How I did
Oh,
it.
you did it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
give us the
so-
tea.
12th standard boards finals. The worst part is I gave the board exam in a relationship. 10th finals, 11th finals, 12th finals. After that, I was just like, I want to focus on my career more. So, to give you a backstory, do you all want to know how I did it?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us how
I
you did
don't
it?
really, but then,
That means you should.
yeah.
I want to. I was yes from the start.
So, the girl, I'm not going to say her name, but the girl and I who were dating, we met through church, okay? So, we used to, it happened so that she used to live in an area where my gym was, and occasionally after church, we used to go for walks, and then it became a regular thing. So, eventually, she admitted she had feelings for me, and then I admitted I had feelings for her. We dated well for 3 years, but that park was always the spot. Like, that was the spot, the place where it started, the place where it ended, the place where it went on.
Traumatizing part.
Yeah.
Yeah, very traumatizing park. I still can't go to that park.
Aww.
3 years down the line, I realized that for college, I need to be moving to a different city. And I completely do not believe in long distance relationships. I know that they can't happen. I've had too many friends. I did not know about Sam, but I've had too many friends break up in long distance relationships. They don't last, as per me at least. And so, unfortunately, on Valentine's Day, we go have pani puri because that was the first thing that we'd had together as friends. We have the pani puri, and as we're having the last bite of pani puri, I go like, so I'm going away, and this can't, I mean, I don't believe in long distance relationships, and I'm sorry. For 2 minutes, she didn't understand what I was trying to
Yeah, of
say.
course, you're focusing on the pani puri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare you traumatize
Yeah.
people?
Which is why I hate how I did it. And then I was just like, I'm sorry, and I've got to go, and I caught a rickshaw and left. Which is why the way I did it was horrible.
You just did not even
Yeah.
pay the pani puri guy?
No, the Pani Puri guy was a regular guy, so I didn't pay him for this time, but
So you broke up with her and then you left her with a bill? You just dined and dashed.
I did, and that was, I mean, it was really wrong on my part. I know about that, but
Did you like redo your breakup with her after that?
no.
Do you?
Have you all iron touch after that at all?
We messaged once on Instagram, but nothing more than a one-time message. That's it.
Did you ask if she eats pani puri now?
I haven't spoken to her. And no, I would not be
I
that.
think that would
I
be
am
really
not that
insensitive.
insensitive. Yeah.
Just imagine, hey, hi.
Just
have
wanted to
had
know if you eat pani puri.
recently?
I think that.
There's this great pani puri guy near a park, I know.
How mean do you all think I am?
Very.
I mean, you dine and dashed, so.
Yeah, you literally dined, dashed, broke a heart on the way. Like,
Fuck. I hate myself for doing that. So.
You don't need to. I mean, see, I get. Was it like you weren't able to communicate?
No, I was able to communicate. The part of it was I didn't want to break up because, to be honest, if I didn't have to go long distance, I would have probably asked her to marry me. She was marriage material. But I don't believe in long distance, and I have trust issues. Alright, so I was like, I have to go away for 4 years, and I don't want to take the risk.
do you regret that decision now?
Very much. From
Yeah?
the day I have, yeah. I do.
What if she's listening to your podcast right now? What would you want to tell her? Would you want to apologize to her?
I would. Apologize would be first on the list. And probably it's like I said, I have trust issues, right? So it's probably I didn't go forward with it because maybe eventually in life my trust issues would have caused a bigger trauma. She was young. 12th standard is not that big an age, so I'm assuming it was. I mean, I don't know if it was. Oh fuck! I hate talking about emotions. It may hopefully have been easier to move on than it would have been later in life.
Yeah.
That's understandable, but it was still a very long relationship.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing better now, though.
Yeah.
I haven't dated since, so no.
How long
haven't?
back was wait, 12
Wait,
cent?
12 stand. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god.
9 years.
Oh.
Is it like you're. I don't know how personal you can get. So, you still like looking for someone like her?
Obviously, someone like her, like I told you, she was marriage material, but shit happens. So yeah,
So, no casual dating, nothing after that.
no.
Oh,
So when you look for a relationship, you look for like full time. I was gonna say fuck. You look
Start still thinking about work culture here. Ryan
No,
has
Sam,
achieved.
I do not do part-time relationships.
Ryan has achieved his goal of
What about
making Sam think
freelancing?
of work. Ew.
Either you want to recommend a gigolo or a situationship. What are you going for?
I'm thinking she's going for a gigolo.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
what are your red flags?
Oh,
that you
yeah.
look for in relationships.
Red flags, first of all, I think would be someone who's too clingy, who wants to know where I am 24/7. See, honestly, I am kind of a hopeless romantic, but when it comes to I have my family priority, right?
Yeah.
So someone who says, ki, no, even if your family is sick, you have to come and meet me, or every evening we have to have a call, agreed. But if I say that, no, I've got this family event, I'm not going to leave my family event and get on a call with you, right? So someone too clingy is a red flag for me. But other than that, I guess I think I am a pretty accommodating guy.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, obviously, it's a little crazy to leave your family event and then
Yeah.
that's a kind of an understandable situation. I
Yeah,
mean,
so I guess I don't see much red flags as such. But Hey, if
Have you seen any red flags in a few relationships that your friends have? Or
No, like I said, for me, relationships have always been a give and take and adjustment, right?
a barter system, basically.
Yeah.
No, not a barter system.
I don't agree with the barter system.
Wait, what do you mean a barter system?
Barter system is a give and take. So you give something, you take something.
Okay.
Right? You give and you get in return. That's a barter system. I believe very much so in a barter system because so from just getting a little personal here for a second, is that from when I was a kid, right? I have always been have to give. Okay, I used to reach points in my life where I was only giving, and then I was not receiving anything in return. I was like just left kind of there, in terms of emotion, in terms of feelings, right? So now when I do relationships, friendships, anything, right? I always look at it in a way that if I am giving you my 100%, I also want 100% in return. Sometimes it's not possible for both parties to give 100%, but the effort, you make an effort and that's counting to me. So for me, that is like a barter system. Like if I am putting time, energy and effort into this relationship, into this friendship, I would expect the same thing from you. Maybe it will not be 100% from you, but I expect it.
Isn't that the fundamental of a friendship? Like, I don't think you could call it a friendship without that. I wouldn't name it a barter system because it's not like you have to do something because the other person is doing it. It's it's a friendship because both of you all want to do it for each other.
But then there are a lot of one-sided friendships also. Like for an example, let's say I'm here, I want to be friends with this person, right? So I'm trying to do things to please this person. I'm trying to put my time, energy and effort, right? I'm doing the giving part of it, correct? The person ahead is not interested. I still, in my mind, will count it as a friendship. If I have to go and tell somebody tomorrow, who are my friends, I'll be like, oh, this person is also my friend, right? Because I'm putting that energy and effort into it. So I look at it, so the reason I call it barter system is simple because barter means give or take, okay? I don't mean it in a very literal manner that, if I am giving, you have to give me back. I don't mean that. Like I said, right? Even if you put a 1% effort, that's what counts to me. That's fine. Friendships, when it comes to friendships, you have so many things happening, so many variables that are going on, not just your vibes, not just how you are, not just how the other person is reciprocating. I just feel that, because I have been in a one-sided friendship. I have been the person who has given and not received anything in return, and I felt like shit at the end of the day. And this was a friendship that started in school and I literally had to end like somewhere about a few years ago. So I'm coming from there where I'm like, I gave you so much and you gave me absolutely nothing now.
Not to intrude, but what went wrong?
So while we were in school, it was a friendship, like you classified it, a give, take, both sides, right? As we grew older, we grew a little apart from both our sides. We tried to reconcile again and we tried becoming friends again and it worked. But what used to happen is she used to get busy with her work life, okay? So I will message her, I will say, hey, hi, what's up, how are you? I'll do my part, I'll, check in, try to have a conversation. And all I would get is one word replies, read, messages on read, messages on seen, no replies. Whereas I can see her posting, having fun and doing all that, but I'm not even considered, right? Because that's what your mind immediately goes to, right? If
you're not there.
Yeah, I'm not there. And my thing is that if I can see you're busy, I can understand that, it's fine. But I can see you having fun out with your friends and everyone, and you are not even thinking about me in that 1 second, who's sitting here and giving you your time, giving my time and effort, right? Which is why every time now, I'm like, if I am giving, I also need receiving. And I like very firmly believe in this. Like if I don't receive, I leave it. I'm like, fine. I will not even get into that messaging where I'm like, I'm gonna go bye. That I do it only with Sam. But I'm just like, I don't have the energy for that then. I'm like, you don't want to talk?
I mean, that's, I think, something everybody should learn, call it self-respect, call it a little bit of self-ego. But people should learn to walk away from one-sided relationships.
Okay, what do you all think about altruism and being selfish?
Let's go to selfish. What's whatever you said?
Altruism. So altruism means you basically do something and expect nothing back, or you're just doing it for the sake of doing a good deed.
So like a
in
selfless.
Friends, a selfless deed. So in Friends, they said, right, there was this one episode where Joey tells Phoebe that there is nothing as an altruistic motive. There's always a motive behind it. For example, Phoebe let a bee bit her, but Joey was like, the bee is gonna die after that, right? So there's nothing as an altruistic thing. Tomorrow, if I'm coming to Ray's place, it's because I want peace of mind. I'm not coming here for her. I'm not coming here for the dogs. It's just for me. So at the end of the day, everything you do is for a selfish reason. Even if you're giving something for someone or you're doing something for them, it's so that you feel good.
Agreed.
I think it's based on your intent or your intention.
I agree with Joey on this. I don't think there's anything like altruism, and I feel everybody is inherently selfish. We just do things to coexist in society.
Okay, I have to disagree slightly on the selfish part, because when you're doing something selfish, it is for, again, beyond a measure, right? You wake up in the morning, you see the sun, you feel good, okay? But you're giving somebody money, you're not doing, okay, you feel good, but the reason behind giving the money is so that that person can get something to eat, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, you feel good. That's your brain's general response, but you're not doing it to feel good, right? Some people do it out of guilt, but even after that guilt, they feel good. But they haven't given the money to feel good.
Yeah.
Right?
But at the end of the day, I think this is something I need to probably research on more to explain it better. But yeah, there's nothing as such as an altruistic motive. Even if you feel good after doing it, it's a little selfish.
That's
it's
what
a
I
little
said, right?
confusing.
I think it's based on your intent
Yeah.
or your intention behind it. See, if we try to stem every single thing we do as something categorically like selfish, selfless,
Yeah.
you're always going to be thinking about it unconsciously. I was going to say subconsciously. But it's like Ryan said, right? When you see a beggar on the road, let's say you see a beggar on the road, you see that the person is going through pain, suffering, you see it on their face that they are hungry beyond belief, and you just give them 10 rupees so that they can go buy a vada pav, go buy samosa, whatever it is, right? You see it, you give it, it's out of your mind at that point. You feel good because you're like, I helped someone. I didn't give them money with the intention of that.
Okay, I'm not cutting you short, but I think I have a solution to solve Sam's question, okay? What do you think? Okay, so I'm assuming that both of you all rant about your problems to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I've got friends who rant about problems to me, alright?
Yeah.
What the other person listens to you, she's not going to enjoy it afterwards. She's going to have a headache and be like, I just wasted 2 hours listening to this person talk. But she heard you, right? So wasn't that an altruistic deal? Didn't she do something nice and not feel good about it?
Okay.
But maybe that could be perceived as, I'm listening to her problems because she's my friend and I have to do it.
Yeah.
Agreed. But again, it's not an altruistic thing, right? Where you're not doing something for personal gains. You're not selfish there, right? Okay, if you do it in a barter system, I agree. But you're not being selfish there, right? Are you?
So I would not be selfish listening to her. Okay, so let's take this example, Odisha. Sam comes to me, she's ranting about her problems, right? She's feeling good talking about it to someone, and I'm just there listening as her friend. Okay, now I feel good because I heard Sam talk about her problems and maybe somewhere along the line helped her get through it. So I'm feeling good about it as well.
Okay, so
Because I heard her talk about her problems. In case in your other this wherein you said that I have a headache later on, I would still be like, but at least she spoke about it. At least she got it off her mind.
I have 2 points to make. One, altruism, when I just googled it, is basically prioritizing the needs of others over one's own without expecting anything in return. Okay, that's it. That's just how altruism is.
So one-sided friendships.
Yeah. So see, I have opinions on this, but I will let that slide.
We are here to talk about opinions.
Idhar-udhar ki baatein.
Yeah. So my main thing is, why does it matter? I just feel that we need to put good out there rather than, expect that, okay, we will get something back or, this will come back to us in a way.
So that again it boils down to your intention of doing it. Right?
Yeah, I think
Are you doing it purely to feel good?
I don't think there is a distinction. That's the problem. I don't think at this point anybody does. Very few people will do something with the intent, okay, I want to do this to make other people feel good.
So that would be like, wouldn't it be a little narcissistic to be like, oh, I am going to be listening to you and doing this only because I want to feel good about it? Wouldn't it be in that manner?
No, narcissism is very different.
But yeah, so having said that, right? So let me tell you a few red flags.
Oh, red flags. That's what we were at.
Right. So idhar-udhar
ki baatein went very deep.
Went very idhar-udhar.
Idhar-udhar.
We got very philosophical there for a minute. So, coming back to the red flags topic, Sam, come back to us. Sam has just gone into a deep zone, thinking, "Oh my God, are all of my deeds altruistic in nature?"
I very frankly don't care.
So, what are your red flags, girls?
So, I think
I have a huge red flag which can be painted a whole house red.
my
First
house
you
is
go on.
red.
I know, that's why.
Okay, jokes like that, I think I would consider a red flag, you know.
Hilarious.
Those aren't even dad jokes, those are just
Oh,
bad.
I love those jokes.
Oh, I
Dad
love
jokes
that.
are fun, okay? Dad jokes are fun.
I want to know
Sam's
your...
jokes are horrible.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. I want to know your red flags and green flags.
I don't know, my red flags are very few. I'm the kind of guy who believes that adjustment is the core of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
You're in a relationship with someone because your vibes match.
Yeah.
And I cannot go like, okay, this behavior is something negative. It's, for me, it's just like, it's that person's behavior. It's something I might not like, but I'm not against it. It's that person's nature for me.
Makes sense. I think I've never honestly given red flags, green flags like a think or a thought over, to be honest. But I would be like the ideal kind of person. Let me explain it like this. The ideal kind of person for me would be like someone with whom I can be the most weirdest self that I am with. Someone who doesn't judge me just because I am a little quirky or I am a little,
Out there.
Yeah, because that is my personality in general. Like I have a few friends of mine who I absolutely love from the bottom of my heart, because if I'm being weird, they will be weird with me, and we are just a whole group of weird people. And honestly, that's something that I look for in a partner, that can express themselves being however they want to, and I can express myself. Like, I am a person who will be randomly quiet and then start singing opera type music randomly in between. Or I will just be on a video call and I'll start Naruto running because I just want to, and I would want someone like that. I think someone who would stop me from being me would be a very big no-no kind of for me. Someone who doesn't appreciate family as much as I do, like family bonds, your chosen family. And who doesn't respect. I kind of believe that people who don't respect elders, the elders that deserve respect, let me make it clear.
Thank you.
The elders that
I was just
deserve
going to
respect.
argue.
But yeah, I feel like people who treat elders very poorly, or who treat your people in daily life, right? I have this habit that if someone is ever doing something for me, like if someone is handing me a glass, I'll always be like, thank you. Whether it's my sister, whether it's a person at a restaurant, whether it's just someone random I don't even know, a stranger helping me out, I will always be like, thank you, sorry, excuse me, please, These are, I feel, basic things that someone should do, and I would expect that from my partner as well. Because I do not like it if someone treats, people any lesser than they are, because everybody is human. I also absolutely dislike people who dislike animals. I just cannot. I'm like, how can you be cruel towards someone who can't say anything? I find that as a red flag. That's probably one of the strong red flags that I have.
So you're saying you wouldn't fall in love with a butcher?
I would. I eat meat.
Exactly my point.
But being cruel to animals is different, right? Like just today, I was walking down my lane and I seen a guy on the scooter. He was just exiting his house. A street dog was just walking by. He just kicked the street dog.
Oh. Okay, that's mean.
Just because the street dog was on the way. I have seen people on some festivals that just burst firecrackers near animals just so that they can, get a reaction out of them. See, a butcher is just doing his job. Ultimately, he's part of, sustaining our food chain that we have. He's not being cruel, I would say. See,
I'm sorry, I asked this question to rile you up on purpose, but
I know
where you're
rile
getting.
up though.
Yeah, but I knew this would get you.
Yeah, so I wouldn't find butchers. I would marry a butcher. Free meat for me. Don't mind that. But it's just people who treat animals cruelly for no fault of the animal is what really gets me.
My red and green flags.
Green flag.
Sam has a green flag. It's a new color, guys.
Okay, guys, we are kind of childhood. We are all in our post 25 years of age, so we are all supposed to be mature, but you are pretty childish. So
As
deal
you
with
can
it.
probably
Hear.
yeah.
So my main.
So which color is gleam? How does it look? Is it like leaning on someone?
Is it like a mixture of blue and green? Is it like how you're feeling right now?
Are you feeling gleam?
Anyway, so my red flag, biggest one and only red flag, is people who are arrogant. It's not just for relationships, but I think anyone in general who is arrogant in front of me pisses me off. So if someone just comes and they have that hoity-toity attitude and they show even an ounce of arrogance, I get really pissed off. So that is one red flag I have.
If a person has an opinion and wants to stay by it, it's not other person's responsibility to convince the other person of his own opinions.
Yeah.
You've got to let other person's opinions be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably where her arrogance comes from. Is not her arrogance, sorry. Her definition comes from is that people who just try to enforce their opinions on someone else, not let them have their own. And I don't think that's right either. But let us know, what do you think? What are your green flags in a person? What are your red flags in a person? Have you all had any bad breakups recently? Something, maybe we could share it on the podcast as a story readout. Who knows? But yeah, see you guys next time.
Adios.
Thanks for listening to us.